If you just want the experience of stepping on a glacier, this is the perfect place to do it. The diamonds on the beach are not really diamonds, but they are huge ice blocks, and it really looks like you are walking on another planet. That road was absolutely horrible. They opened it again, hoping that the tourists will respect the walking path. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another travel video in which I want to present you my 10 favorite places in Iceland, and I also want to give some honorable mentions to some other places that were amazing, but they were not really in my top 10. And also I want to mention that we did the entire ring road and also the golden road and the peninsula that I don't remember the name of, but I will leave it on the screen. So we basically visited most of the things we could in March because that was off season. So for example, we could not go hiking that much because the weather did not really allow us to do that. We were not prepared for ice with the shoes, so we decided to just go along the ring road. But we have a lot of beautiful places that I spent a lot of time researching. So some of them will be super famous, others will be less known. So let's get started with my list. The first one is a super famous one, but I really loved it so much. It is called Skógafoss. You probably already know about it if you did a little bit of research about Iceland. And what I love about it is that there is a trail on the stairs and you can see it from the top. And also a very beautiful thing is that if it is sunny outside, you will see a rainbow in front of the waterfall. We did not see that in March, but when I went with my brother in January and it was sunny, we saw a huge rainbow in front of the waterfall and it was so incredible. And also this waterfall is so powerful and huge and it looks like you are in a movie when you're in front of it. Anyways, I'm also showing some videos and pictures from all the places that I'm mentioning just so you see if you like it or not and if it's worth putting on your list or not. The next one on my list is called Sólheimajökull. I'm sorry if I'm spelling the names wrong, but they are so difficult to me. I am trying my best, and I am also leaving the names on the screen so that you can search for them easier. And anyways, this is my second favorite place in Iceland because it was so impressive. We were literally so close to the glacier and it was so big and you could literally walk on it. I think there are also tours, guided tours on this glacier and also on others, but this is really easily accessible. You just have to walk for around 10 or 15 minutes from the parking and you are already on the glacier walking even without a guide. We walked for a few minutes, but we did not go very far because I think it is a bit dangerous to go on your own. But if you hire a guide or if you just want the experience of stepping on a glacier, this is the perfect place to do it. The third one is another waterfall called Goðafoss, and this one is in the north of Iceland, and if you're in the area, I fully recommend you to come here because this waterfall is just amazing. It is huge and gorgeous and you have multiple viewing platforms to see it. So if you have enough time, make sure you also come here because you will not regret it. I am leaving some videos also on the screen and some pictures. And this is one of those places where not a lot of people arrive because you have to do the entire ring road to arrive here in general because it is in the north, so it is a less known place in Iceland, let's say. The fourth on my list is the Black Sand Beach viewpoint and the Dyrhólaey viewpoint. I hope it's spelled this way. I am leaving it on the screen, and this is one of the main things that I remembered from my first trip in Iceland. I was so impressed with how beautiful the Black Sand Beach is visible from here. There are two different viewpoints. I've also mentioned this in my vlog when I visited this, but they are both very close to each other and very beautiful. They have two different parking spaces and from what I remember they were free. Anyways, I forgot to mention that if you want to see some videos in which we explore each one of these places, I have already posted my vlogs from Iceland and they are full of tips on what I recommend to do, what you should not do, and what I liked, what I did not like, and so on, and where we stayed, which camping sites, which chose and the cost for the entire trip. So I am leaving the links down below in the comments if you're interested about that. And also, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to like it and also subscribe. I would really appreciate that a lot. Now let's go to the place on the number 5 spot, which is called the Diamond Beach. And it's not really what you're thinking about. The diamonds on the beach are not really diamonds, but they are huge ice blocks, and this place is so impressive because you basically walk next to huge ice blocks, and we were there during sunset and it was so magical. And now that I look at the pictures, it looks so surreal. And another very cool thing about this place is that it's really close. I mean, it's next to another very popular spot in Iceland, which is a glacier that I forgot right now the name of, but I am leaving it on the screen. And basically the parking is paid for both of them, but you can park in one parking lot and walk to both of them, so you only pay the parking once, and that is amazing. So you can visit 2 super famous places with just one parking lot, and you don't even have to walk that much. Now on the spot number 6, it's the Seltún geothermal area, and this place truly has my heart. I think it is not that well known and it is really amazing. This is what we visited on the first day, and this is my first vlog from Iceland. It really looks like you are walking on another planet. It was not crowded at all, and I think that the parking was free, so that is amazing. And literally it was incredible. It did not look like Earth at all, and it's my favorite geothermal area in Iceland. So if you have enough time, it is pretty close to Reykjavik and to the airport if you have a car, so that is really worth it. The next one on my list is really difficult, so I have to read it from my notebook, I'm sorry, but it is called Djúpalónssandur Beach. And the beach is beautiful, but in my opinion the most special thing about this place is the path to the beach. So basically, again, it looks like another planet. It is so beautiful. You are walking next to huge blocks of black rock and you are arriving to another black sand beach, and that is so magical. It also looks like a lot of Game of Thrones filming areas. I'm not sure if this one is one of them, but it looks like it. It looks very beautiful, and I'm also leaving some videos from here to convince you to come here. And from what I remember, the parking is also free, so if you have enough time, just make sure you add it on your list. The place number 8 is called Brúarfoss, and this is a very beautiful waterfall that is again not that famous, and you are literally seeing a super light blue color that doesn't even seem real. It looks photoshopped, but it's really in front of your eyes. The bad thing about this place is that to reach the official parking you have to go through, I think, 3 kilometers of very bad road. It was like this 1 year ago. I'm not sure if they fixed it, but that road was absolutely horrible. And another bad thing is that this parking was paid, so they are not even fixing the road, but they are making you pay for the parking, which is absurd. So if you have a more expensive car or you don't have full insurance, you can leave the car at the beginning of this bad road and you can walk, but it will take you, I think, around 1 hour or 40 minutes or 50 minutes. So depending on how much time and energy you have and on the weather, obviously, but it is really worth it to come here if you can, because it is so beautiful and it was not crowded at all. I also have a vlog about this and I was so happy there. The next place is Gullfoss. This is obviously again one of the most famous places in Iceland, and for me, even though it is super huge, super impressive, it is pretty crowded, so I feel like I liked the other 8 places more, but it is still amazing and it's one of the most iconic places in Iceland, so make sure you also add that one on your list if you haven't already. The number 10 spot, the last one on my list, is another place that I have to read from my notebook because this name is incredibly difficult. So Fjaðrárgljúfur Canyon. I am leaving it on the screen, and this is yet another place that is pretty famous, and also I remembered from my first trip in Iceland in 2018 in January. It is very impressive. If you have a drone and you can raise it here, you will see that from above it is even more beautiful, but be aware that it is very dangerous to go off the path here, so make sure you respect the path, also for your safety but also for the environment, because from what I've read, this path was closed in the past to protect the environment around here, but they opened it again. hoping that the tourists will respect the walking path. So if the path is very muddy, make sure you just walk very close to it and do not go very far, as I already told you, because we have to respect the places that we are visiting and local people. Now let's go pretty fast through the honorable mentions that I also recommend you to add on your list. There are also other places other than the ones that I'm going to tell you, and if you're curious about them, just leave a comment down below and I can answer to you the rest of the places that we visited, or you can just watch my other vlogs and just add to your list whatever you like that I did not mention in this vlog. So the first one is the Dyrhólaey Waterfall, and this one was huge, but most of the year it is closed because the road to it is a lot of times full of ice and full of snow. When we visited it, it was open for around 2 days and we were super lucky because one day later it got closed, I think until May. So if you can visit it, do it and consider yourself lucky. The next one is Kirkjufell, and this is a church, and you will also see it in a lot of pictures from Iceland. It is the iconic black church and it was very beautiful, and when we went there was nobody else around, so I was super surprised, but I think it was close to the sunset time. The next one is Raudfeldskia or something like this, and it is kind of a canyon. I think you have to climb a lot to reach the entrance, and once there you will need either spikes on your shoes or to go during summertime because it is really dangerous otherwise. When we went there in March it was full with snow and ice, so we went to the entrance, we admired the entrance and the views around, but we did not go in because it looked very dangerous. So you need good equipment or good weather or both, but it is really worth it to come here, even just for the views. They were super beautiful and there was nobody else around here again. The next one is another church which is called Budakirkja Church. I hope I'm spelling it right, and it was another very beautiful local Icelandic church. The next one is Fjaðrárgljúfur Glacier, and this one was so beautiful. I really wanted to put it on my top 10 list, but I could not because I did not want to remove any of them. So basically you have a trail that is not very well maintained because this place is not that famous, and you can get really close to a lot of glacier pieces that are floating on the water, and I really loved it. It was very beautiful and it is really worth coming here if you have a bit of extra time. Then we have the Goðafoss Waterfall, and in this place you have to do a pretty long hike to reach the waterfall, and you will see here a lot of interesting geological features of Iceland around the waterfall. I also have a vlog about it if you want to learn more about it, and if you have enough time and you are able to do hikes, I really recommend you to come here, but be prepared also with shoes for icy conditions because we were super lucky to have just a little bit of ice, but I think just 1 week before it was not doable just with normal shoes. The last one on my list is a very famous place called Seljalandsfoss, and here you can find 2 different waterfalls. One of it is this one, and if you walk around 200 meters farther away you will find another one hidden behind some rocks, and you have to go in the water with your shoes and you will get very wet from the water, but if the weather is warm enough it is 100% worth it because that waterfall is huge and it is so beautiful and impressive. Also, another very interesting thing about this waterfall is that during the summer season you can walk behind it. I did not put it in my top 10 even though it is super impressive because when we went we were not able to go behind the waterfall, so we were missing a lot from it. So that is just my personal top 10, but it is really worth seeing. You can also see it from the roads, so it's just a little bit of driving and a little bit of walking and you are really next to it, and it is so tall and powerful and impressive, but I still like Skógafoss a lot more, but it may be up to personal preference. But anyways, I am done with the recommendations. There are a lot more things that we visited and they are all in my vlogs, but again, if you have any questions, any recommendations, make sure you leave a comment down below in the comments. And I want to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each one of you that are watching my videos, and I keep on posting videos just for you to just keep on sharing all my knowledge from my travels with you guys and just to help you. So if you found this video useful and interesting, make sure you like it and also you subscribe. My next videos will be from Norway, Scotland, Faroe Islands, Australia, New Zealand, Finland and so much more. So subscribe to follow along and see you in the next video. Bye bye!